Hello everyone, it's the Psalmist here. Welcome to today's episode of my answer on Quora. And for those who do not know, I would just like to give you what Quora is. Quora is like a social media platform where people just ask questions, any kind of question really. And then anyone who has like an account on Quora can answer that question to help that person. So me, as always, I like to take on questions about religion, about Christianity, about marriage, about relationships, about divorce, and so on and so on. So the question that I have today is that the question says, do souls need saving? So this person wants to know if souls need to be saved. So my answer is yes, for the soul is the only thing in the human being that lives forever. When I die, they will dig a hole and put my body in it. My body will then rot along with my brain, which was the center of what most people believe is the intellect. But the soul lives on and must face God. Everyone who is honest, objective, and considerate must admit that the world needs a reset. The world is becoming more violent and a dangerous place to live in. There is no human being who has the capacity to change the world in a real sense. For to change the world, one will need to change the heart of each individual, especially their viewpoint on sin. This is where the judgment of the world as a system comes in. The second coming of Jesus Christ is not just to reveal the children of God and the enemies of God, but to bring down the world's ways as a system. The judgment will take away all the corruption and evil that is entrenched in this system that we will live. The corruption that is in banking, in education, and science, religion. Then that is when the meek, who are the children of God, will inherit the earth. For after the judgment, the world as a system will be cleansed and be given to the children of God. So a soul must be encouraged and motivated not to desire the things of this world now. For it is the desire of things in the world that leads to sin, like lies, murder, theft, adultery, and so on. The soul must look forward to the world that is coming, when Jesus Christ is revealed as the King of Kings, and the just and the loving one. For the soul to understand this, it must be fed with the Word of God, which is its only food for encouragement and motivation and endurance. For food that we eat only feeds a body which will rot after we die. So if one truly wants to save a person, they must save the soul above all things. So basically I just said that the soul is worth saving because it is the only thing that truly lives. It is the reason why Jesus Christ came. Jesus Christ couldn't care less about our bodies. He cared more about our souls than anything else. And He died for our souls to be saved. So it is important not only to think about when we do good to people, when we help people, just to think about giving them food and shelter. Especially as Christians, we must think about eternally saving a person, because to help people in terms of giving them food and giving them shelter and clothing, it is a good thing to do, and we must continue doing that. But let us take it up a notch. Let us think about a high level of saving a person in terms of saving them eternally, thinking about teaching them about God, teaching them about the Word of God, teaching them about Christ and their need for salvation. When we do this, we will do greater work than when we do charities in terms of just giving food and clothing and other things. I'm not saying we shouldn't do these temporal things, which are also required. We must do that because we're the children of God. But we must also think of doing things which will eternally save a person, so that their souls may not end up in hell, which of course will mean that the works that we have done for them in terms of giving them food, clothing, and shelter didn't really help them in any way, because in the end they ended up in hell. So that is my answer to whether a soul should be saved. Thank you for listening. This has been the Psalmist. Thank you.